All right, so on to the Honda Civic. So first step, obviously what we're gonna do is we're gonna disassemble. We're gonna take the headlights out, bumper off, door handles out, belt molding here out, mirrors. We're gonna leave the sunroof in. What I did just do is take out these gaskets here. This is huge because you can't get paint underneath these gaskets. They're too tight. And then also, if you see here, tons and tons of debris and dirt, and there's no chance of you cleaning that out, but there's a good chance of that blowing out when you're actually painting. So getting these gaskets out is always a good idea. Look at this back windshield. See, I pulled this one out. Look at all that shit in there. You know, older cars, these gaskets, you know, get replaced, you know, whenever a window breaks. But if this is an original window, this gasket might have never been changed. And so, you know, you just see 20 years of dirt and debris and all that shit. So like I said, if you're doing a big job like this, restoration, it's worth the time. It's worth, you know, these gaskets might be $100. It's worth that $100 in the quality. Also, like I said, as far as these gaskets being tight, you're not able to get paint fully under there. So you can see where this was primed. I didn't shoot this primer, but you can see where this primer ended because they didn't pull the gasket or lift the gasket. That's gonna eventually fail. You know what I mean? So the not getting full coverage under there, it's gonna fail. So whether it's 6 months, a year, 6 years, it's gonna fail. So that's just the way that paint is. So always remove as much stuff as possible. All right, so we got the Honda Civic here. Already stripped it down, as you saw. Now, what I'm doing is sanding the whole car with 220 because I'm going to prime it. So we're DAing with 220. Now, this car's already got all this primer on here and all this other black coating, whatever this is. So I'm kind of using this black coating as a guide. So you can see where the black is. From where they basically sanded, pigtailed, which is pretty shitty, but all these little chips in here, that's what's nice about having this black coating on here is I can sand those down and get those fixed, or if it needs a little bit of filler. As you can see, this entire hood is probably filler, which is kind of crazy, but it is what it is, and we're just going to deal with it. So like I said, right now, just getting this as flat as possible before I do any kind of priming or repairing. That way we do everything in one sweep. The rest of the car, oh, I just want to get a quick shot. So again, this is guide coated primer. So put the guide coat on there, and this is the reason we do this. So we take the block here, this is a long block, and then, you know, you cross hatch it. And the reason you do this is you can see all this imperfections. This is all gonna show in the paint, one way or another. So you got orange peel, which is texture from the actual primer, which is not a big deal. But you've also got low spots like this, which are, you know, just dips or divots or dents or whatever the case is. So as you can see, even though this car looked like it was flat, it is not perfect, far from perfect. So this is a high build primer. So this is the reason we do this. As you can see, the roof, little minor dents here and there, something going on here. You know, you sand all this stuff flat, and then it, you know, basically looks something in here. You know what I mean? See, another little dent right there. You would have never noticed that unless you did what I'm doing now. All right, so we got these parts painted. These plastic parts, man, they fought me every step of the way. Prepping, sealing, base coating, clear coating, everything just seemed like it was a fucking nightmare, dude. But they're done now. So we've got the skirts, the front bumper, the rear bumper, the little trunk piece, and the front lip. So now you can see the color. Well, you probably saw the color before. I forget. I keep recording these videos and I'm gonna put them all together at the end. But yeah, I'm glad these parts are done. I'm ready to shoot the body now. Okay, so we got all our dents fixed. All the little dings and stuff that I had marked up with the tape, we got those all nice and smooth now. So everything's been blocked. I blocked everything with 180 and then DA 320 400. So soft pad, interference pad, whatever you want to call it. So after the blocking's done, you use that pad and it basically keeps everything smooth so you don't dig in with the DEA. That's important. All right, so this is our second round of primer. Looks really good. Did 2 coats. I use U-Pole high build primer. This is still flashing off, so the little striping you're seeing is just flashing off, and this is all gonna get sanded again, but everything looks really straight. Nice. Check the roof. Nice. Looks good. All right, it's about 12:30 at night, so that was about, it was all fucking day. Definitely longer than 12 hours, but anyways, this is why we do this. So again, I blocked this, wet sanded this. So we finished with wet sand, 600 on the DA. And let me show you why. That's why. That's water and primer. That's primer. That is just water on primer. All right, got this thing sprayed. Came out pretty good. What a pain in the ass. Just minor things. I got to run on the other side because my gun like cracked. The cup cracked, so I got a good sized run on the door. But I'll wet sand that out. You know, it's right there above the door handle. I tried to basically, once I taped out a lot of it, and then so you can still see it, but I taped out a lot of it, and then basically you try and fill it, you know what I mean? So that way you kind of like hide it and it kind of flows, but it was too much to really hide. But this came out pretty good. Silver's nice and even for the most part. There's not really any issues besides the, you know, a couple little nibs, but that's to be expected being as hot as it is, and the bugs are fucking crazy. But and this is a super budget clear. This is like $100 clear versus like a $500 clear, so you're only going to get it really so good. I mean, this looks pretty damn good if you ask me for a budget clear. But the issue with budget clears is they dry super fucking fast, man, so it's hard to keep them wet. All right, I want to get the final video of the Honda Civic before it takes off. Still missing a couple pieces. The customer has them, so we don't have taillights yet, and there's a few gaskets missing, washer jets, just a few minor things. But I wanted to give a final walk around, show you the paint job. You guys followed this whole video and made it this far. This is the final result. It's what it's all for. I think it looks pretty damn good if you ask me. Nice and flat. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you guys watched the whole video, this thing was pretty banged up, to say the least. It's supposed to be a sand and spray. Ended up doing pretty much a full exterior restoration. There were so many dents and dings and just bad body work. This thing would have really looked bad if I just sanded it and sprayed it. You know what I mean? Look at the hood, how flat the hood is. You saw the roof. Look at that, nice and flat. That's why we block, that's why we prime and guide coat, all that good stuff. This side. Nice, huh? Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys making it this far in the video. If you like this, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is the first video that I've done an entire car in one video. So I hope to be able to do these more. Just sometimes projects take longer, like the Subaru. We wait on parts and stuff like that. So it's harder to do a long video like that, or, you know, I guess that's just an excuse. But anyways, it's hot as hell out here. Just wanted to give you guys a walk around and show you. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.